On Netflix, Gloria Allred, and she's joining me now from Los Angeles. Gloria, great to have you back on in your Allred red jacket on this International Women's Day. Let me ask you, given your span, your career covering and defending women and their rights, are you more optimistic today than you were, let's say, 5, 10 years ago, or not?
I am, Bianna, but I am also cautiously optimistic. I do call this the year of empowerment of women. I hope that it will be the age of empowerment of women, because women are shedding their fear. They are refusing to be silenced about the injustices that have been inflicted on them, and they are standing up. They are speaking out. They are reaching out, wanting to know, what are my legal rights? Can I do something? What can I do? And I'm informing them of the benefits and the risks of the many choices that they have. And I'm just very proud of their courage.
And just as we're hearing about the impact of the Me Too movement across boardrooms, across Hollywood, throughout all landscapes across the country, you've defended women against some of the most powerful accusers or accused, I should say, in the country in all aspects. Now, however, you're dealing with people at the very top of government. You've defended women who've accused the President of the United States. You've defended women who've accused those like Roy Moore, who's running for office. Talk about that experience from a legal standpoint, addressing politicians.
Yes, I have represented women who allege that they are victims of the rich, the powerful, the famous, in the entertainment world, the political world, the business world, the sports world, the educational world, the religious world, and on and on. I do have a lawsuit right now pending against President Trump on behalf of Summer Zervos, who is one of the women who bravely spoke out during the election and alleged sexually inappropriate conduct by then Donald Trump. He called her and others who had publicly spoken out liars and said he would sue them after the election. He didn't, but then we also called on him to retract and acknowledge that what Summer said was true. He did not, so we filed a lawsuit against him. We're the only lawsuit against the president that alleges that he defamed one of the women that spoke out. We are awaiting the court's decision at this time. The president has made a motion to dismiss our case. We've opposed it. And any day now, or maybe next month, the court can decide whether we will be permitted to proceed. We think this lawsuit should be decided in a court of law, not by a tweet in the middle of the night.
Let me get your legal opinions on, of course, the scandal of the week, of the past few weeks, and that's porn star Stormy Daniels suing the President of the United States. We've been hearing rather conflicting responses from the administration in regards to this payment, in regards to arbitration, lawsuits, what have you. How do you think this resolves or works out?
Well, I have represented literally thousands of women and have done confidential settlements for thousands of women who allege they are victims. I, of course, don't represent Ms. Daniels. This case presents many, many interesting legal issues. She, of course, alleges that because the president didn't sign the agreement that it's not enforceable, and she's filed a lawsuit on that. But, of course, the defense, in other words, whoever is going to be for the defense, whether it's President Trump or the corporation with whom she also entered an agreement, is going to allege that she cannot disavow it at this point because she's received the benefit of the agreement, that is, the $100,000 was paid to her. But it'll be up to a court to decide whether it's going to be enforceable, voidable, or void at this point. It's also going to be an interesting issue as who gets to decide. Is it going to be decided in arbitration, in a confidential arbitration, or is it going to be decided in Los Angeles County Superior Court? Because the agreement does call for everything to be decided in arbitration, but it may be that the court will also decide it. If, in fact, there may, in fact, be in the future a motion to compel arbitration that is filed in the court or as a response to her lawsuit. We'll have to see.
Let's end quickly.
There are issues upon issues in this case.
Right, and let's end quickly on a lighter note, because you've influenced so many women in the world with your work. One who's marrying into royalty, Meghan Markle, wrote you a letter when she was 11 years old. She is someone who has been a forward-thinking feminist. You responded to her letter. Tell us about that exchange.
Right, and then she talked about it at the United Nations, which was a complete surprise to me and actually very thrilling. She grew up in Southern California, Meghan Markle, as an 11-year-old. Apparently, she was very upset with a commercial that she saw on television, which appeared to suggest that women should be fighting the grease in pots and pans. And that's, of course, sexist. What about men fighting the grease? And by the way, is that the most important battle that we should be fighting as women when we're denied so many other rights? But in any event, she got upset by that, especially because apparently some boys in her class said that a woman's place is in the kitchen as a result of seeing that ad. So she asked her dad, and according to reports, her dad said, well, write to some powerful women and see if they can help. So apparently she wrote to Hillary Rodham Clinton, and she wrote to me, and I did respond. I'm so happy that I did. She then went on to be able to get that changed and to get that commercial changed. So,
fantastic,
little
Gloria.
girls, if you're watching, you are empowered, and you can help to win change too, just like Meghan Markle
And I
did.
promise you, my 6-year-old son will never say that his fellow female classmates should be in the kitchen washing dishes all day. I can tell you that.
Great, and your 6-year-old son could fight for women's rights and girls' rights too.
Exactly. They're human rights.